feel?
That was a lot more powerful than the first one.
Gun safe?
Yeah, I could really feel like I was fighting it for control, and I could see that in the hands of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. That's incredibly dangerous.
Yep.
Yeah. We came to the courthouse in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. This is where Durante King McClain's trial was scheduled to begin today, January 6th. But it was delayed at the last minute. We've learned that's because the two sides are working on a potential plea deal. The question now is, how much will he say about his alleged role in the gold heist? Will the suspected driver become the driving force in the prosecution of the other suspects? If King McClain makes a deal in Pennsylvania and says he played a part in the gold heist, that could be a game changer for the case in Canada. That's because Peel police say there's a straight line between what happened in the US and the theft at the airport.
We believe that they've melted down the gold, and then the profits they got from the gold they used to help finance purchasing the illegal firearms, and that's how the gold money has now kind of worked into the firearms trafficking aspect of the investigation.
As we looked at the investigations in the US and Canada, it appeared some of the suspects were facing allegations linked only to events after the heist took place. That left us with 3 men our investigation will show are suspected of being key members. I just want to ask you about the gold heist. Get away from me. That's coming up, but first we head to Dubai, where police say the suspects may have taken some of the gold.
We believe, like just as Gord said, a large portion has gone overseas.
And we follow up on a lead in the search for one of the missing suspects. Hey, my name's Steven D'Souza. I'm with CBC, Canadian Broadcasting.
Breaking tonight.
Every day.
The tariffs are very good. They're very powerful.
Canadians are always ready when someone else drops the gloves.
We bring context to chaos.
What are the consequences of this action?
We must retaliate.
In our own backyard.
Come on! Plane crash!
And beyond our borders.
It's the scene of an airstrike.
You're gambling with World War III.
Negotiations are ongoing.
From the source you can trust.
It's time to dig deeper into the story.
The National, Canada's newscast. Tonight on CBC. Breaking news that shapes your world. With local CBC Radio 1 Live to connect us closer to home. It's news you can trust. Delivered when you want, where you want. On the CBC News app. Download for free.
Do not want
this police presence.
As the world's largest democracy, getting them to the polls is a mammoth task.
You walk into the hospital, and what hits you? The chaos.
This is our world. This is the national.
I've never seen anything like this before.
The situation has changed very quickly.
We've come to Dubai searching for answers in the largest gold heist in Canadian history. Police have suggested this is where some of the stolen gold ended up, and that Arslan Chaudhry, one of the key suspects, may be hiding out here. Our guide is Shamik Raja, a Canadian gold trader living in Dubai. You see the Burj Khalifa coming up over here, so
yeah, just mesmerizing. It's mesmerizing.
Raja moved to Dubai from Calgary in 2008, lured by the promise of a business-friendly environment for all things gold.
The vaults that are underneath that are the most secure vaults in the world, and where most of the gold and most of the commodities are stored.
Raja started out buying his gold directly from mines primarily in Western Africa, a business that comes with risks. Those rope marks are from the time he was bound and robbed at gunpoint in Uganda. Today he spends most of his time in the relative safety of Dubai, famous for its luxury malls, futuristic landmarks, and endless displays of wealth. What did you think when you heard about that gold heist at Pearson? What was your first reaction?
How can this be possible in this day and age? Like, that would never happen in Dubai. Like, what do you mean you just walked in with the truck and gave a fake airway bill? There's no chance that would work here.
Yeah. When it comes to his gold business, Raja plays by the rules. He says it's a heavily regulated industry in Dubai. Now, the police have said they think the gold may have come here. What do you think about that?
It's too funny because it's not so easy to bring gold here. You can't just like get it, put it in your suitcase and fly it into a plane and come. It's a total misconception that, oh, it just ends up in Dubai, you know?
But is that really the case? To find out, we turn to the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project based in Amsterdam.
We've come across a ton of unsavory characters, organized criminals, sanctioned individuals, etc., that own property in Dubai.
Karina Shidrovsky is their head of research and one of the coordinators of a recent major investigative project called Dubai Unlocked. It revealed a darker side of the city for those who don't play by the rules. Fugitives and organized crime figures from around the world flocking there to buy property and hide from authorities. Beyond the glitz and glamour of Dubai, why is it such an attractive place for unsavory characters?
There's a number of reasons, one of which is kind of this culture of secrecy. You can buy property quite easily as well without many questions asked about the origins of the funds. You can fly into Dubai with a bag of cash.
Sources tell us Arslan Chaudhry, nicknamed Sonny, is likely hiding in Dubai. Canada does not have a formal extradition agreement with the UAE. It's also a country where freedom of the press is severely restricted, so finding him wasn't going to be easy. We could not find any definitive social media footprint for Chaudhry, and police have said he's very, very under the radar.
So I'm going to search the database for his full name and see what comes up.
Shidrovsky searched a leaked database of property ownership in Dubai obtained by the OCCRP.
I tried to run him through the databases as well of property owners in Dubai, and unfortunately I didn't get any hits.
Though it just proves how difficult it is to find somebody in Dubai, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Even when we have leaked property ownership data, sometimes we still can't locate people who have flocked there.
But that wasn't the end. We had a tip that Chaudhry had an old friend in Dubai, so we searched for that individual.
I was able to also obtain a rental certificate This is really the smoking gun. It is a 5-bedroom villa, and you could see that someone with Canadian nationality is a tenant of this property.
A tenant whose name matches the person we are searching for. Could they help lead us to Sunny Chaudhry? Just down this street here. So all the clues that we found online have led us to this neighborhood on the outskirts of Dubai. And we're just right now trying to navigate these pretty confusing streets, and we're not even sure if the address we have is the right one, but we're going to give it a try and see if we can find him. We found the man we think could help us locate Chaudhry. Hey, man. Hey, my name's Steven D'Souza. I'm with CBC, Canadian Broadcasting. I'm trying to find a friend of yours. I'm wondering if you might be able to help me out. Sunny Chaudhry?
We're not really friends. I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But, no, I have nothing to
Do you know if he's in Dubai or where I can find him?
No clue.
No?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw him?
I'd rather not answer that. Thank you for coming, though.
Okay, so just want to talk to him and ask him about where the gold is.
I also don't want any contact with him, especially when it's been in the news.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I'm not looking for him or anything like that. So I have no clue.
We found a possible connection to Arslan Chaudhry, but we're no closer to finding the man himself. Our journey in Dubai, however, wasn't over. We wanted to know what happened to the gold.
If you need to move illicit gold, Dubai is going to be on your menu of choices, and it's going to be high up on your menu of choices.
Jody Vittori is a professor at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., and an expert on international corruption. The former Air Force Lieutenant Colonel authored this report in 2020. It exposed a steady flow of illicit money moving in and out of Dubai, including gold.
Now, they do advertise their supposed very robust checks on that gold, but, investigations time and again indicate that clearly illicit gold keeps coming in through Dubai.
A Swiss investigation found that in 2022, 66% of the gold imported from Africa into the UAE had been smuggled. An undercover investigation by Al Jazeera in 2023 backed that up, showing how international gold smugglers routinely use Dubai to hide their conflict gold.
Where we usually sell our gold is into the gold souk directly.
The souk, or market, is several square blocks filled with dozens and dozens of buyers and sellers.
It's the main hub of Dubai when it comes to the gold business. It comes again down to trust. So a lot of the guys know each other for 20, 25 years inside of the gold souk.
But is it possible to sell stolen gold here? To find out, we used hidden cameras and went into the market posing as gold dealers. Using this photo from the internet, we told buyers we needed to sell, but didn't have any paperwork verifying the origin of our gold.
Sorry, we not buy that one.
No? How come?
We buy only bars, kilo bars, 50 bars.
Yeah. Okay. And if it's melted, no?
But must need the papers.
Yeah, no papers.
Yeah?
No papers.
No papers, I think you know buy that one.
Okay.
A hard no at our first stop. Next we went to a jewelry shop. They led us down a set of winding alleys to another shop.
You want to sell? Yeah.
This buyer doesn't seem bothered by our missing paperwork.
And as long as it's pure, so $9.99 if you're happy, but no other paperwork.
There is also no paperwork.
Yeah, but pure.
Pure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
But then he adds this wrinkle.
We have to call the police department also. That is now new rule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you buy, right?
Despite the new rules, we approach a man outside another store who seems willing to look the other way.
What if I don't want paperwork? No, I don't want paperwork. Yeah. Yeah. And no paperwork. Okay.
No papers, no problem. After 3 tries with no contacts, it appears we have a buyer for our supposedly questionable gold.
It's relatively easy to bring gold through Dubai under certain conditions. Once you do that, it's relatively easy to sell the gold. It's easy to get cash for the gold if you want cold hard cash.
And once gold changes hands, it could potentially end up at a refinery, just like this one.
Final product, pure gold.
Yeah. Vivek Mayor is the manager at the Palm Gold Refinery. Like Raja, when it comes to sourcing gold, Mayor is careful to play by the rules.
We are very much concerned about that one. So we want to know from where they sourced. If it is in the illegal area, we will not do any business with them.
Workers here are a well-oiled machine.
That's 1 kilo.
That's 1 kilo?
Yeah.
Straight out of the fire.
Later we'll put our logo. It's not easy.
Wow, no, it's not easy. And how much is all this?
This dollar more than 2 million.
More than $2 million?
Yes.
Wow. But not all refineries in Dubai are as careful as this one. This past summer, the UAE suspended 32 refineries for failing to follow the rules. If the stolen airport gold was melted down, it would erase any hope of finding its origins.
You know, once particularly it's intermixed with other gold, it's gone through the refinery process, it's been stamped as from Dubai, it's pretty much untraceable after that.
When we come back, I just want to ask you about the gold heist. We track down a key suspect. We have some new information we'd like to ask you. And a major development in our investigation sheds new light on the case.
What the Crown was saying, what the court document says, is total opposite what they were saying.
We didn't ask for this fight.
In this rapidly changing world,
Canada will fight back.